Welcome to all the viewers who are watching this video. I personally welcome you all in this series of video lecture on linear algebra. The concept in the following series will start from very basic tool needed to understand linear algebra, and it would advance towards the concepts like singular value decompositions, least square and many more. These concepts will lead to, or I can say it would be a foundation material for machine learning and deep learning. I do hope you all enjoy this series. This is my first video on YouTube and I would appreciate any type of comments. So let's first start with a basic roadmap on linear algebra. This is a roadmap which I have created, and these topics, or I can say these main headings, would be covered in the following subsequent video lectures. So we would start with our friend vector, then we would go to vector spaces, then we will go towards linear system, then we will go towards different type of matrices, then we would go towards a technique which uses all the concept it has previously learned, which are least squares. Then we would go towards determinant and their true meaning, and after that we will go towards eigenvalue and eigenvector. This would be our last stop, and I think you would be able to apply all this concept in the real life problems and in many problems of machine learning, and you would be expert in linear algebra. So before we get to this point, let's first meet our friend vectors. So basically I have divided the vectors into two categories: the vectors we know and the vectors we will know. So in linear algebra, the vectors are little bit different, or I can say their representation is little bit different as compared to the vectors which we all know. So this is a point which we all know. We know that a vector is a quantity which is defined by magnitude and its direction. So basically a unit vector defines the direction of a vector, where the vector is pointing to. Is it pointing towards north? Is it pointing towards south? Or where it is pointing, it would be defined by its unit vector. And we would have another characteristic property of vector which is called its magnitude, which would say what is the actual length of the vector. You would be surprised to know that as we move forward towards the lectures, you would have something called as norm, which would have different varieties of measurement of the vector. So instead of just using the old definition of under root of v1 square plus v2 square, where vector is just v1 I cap plus v2 j cap, we can have various types of measurements for a vector, and we will learn in these things in the subsequent lectures. So this is a definition which we all know, but actually this definition is not used in linear algebra. What we use in linear algebra is we will restrict our vectors such that the tail of the vector will always be at the origin and the head will point to coordinate in a coordinate system. Each coordinate is then put in a list filled vertically from top to bottom. So what this point basically means is you would have a vector which is having its tail restricted towards its origin and its head can move anywhere. So the head basically would point to a coordinate. Let's say in this case we will have a coordinate of v1, v2, and we will represent vector as a list which is filled top to bottom, and each element in the list would be, let's say, the x coordinate and the y coordinate of this coordinate where the head points. So this is the representation we would start using. This is also called as column vector representation, and it is a very widely known representation, and most of the vectors which you will meet in linear algebra would be represented in this form. So this is the basic convention which I have underlined. The basic convention would be this 2 cross 1 is basically the dimension of the vector. That basically means that it has a single column and it has 2 rows. This is the basic definition of column vector, and this v1 and v2 would be the distance of v from x coordinate, and v2 would be the distance of v from y coordinate as it is shown in the diagram. As you can see, this point is v1 from x coordinate and v2 from y coordinate. Now the second thing which we all know is usually a vector can translate anywhere you want. but we need to fix the two properties of the vectors, which is its direction and magnitude. So if you fix the these two properties of a vector, let's say v, then you can move it anywhere you want in the space. That means you can parallelly translate the vector anywhere you want. But usually in our linear algebraic system, we will not do this. We will always fix our vector at the origin, and there would be only one or two instances in the whole lecture where you would see that actually we are moving the vectors. So usually in linear algebra, each vectors are measured with respect to the origin. As I have mentioned that the tail would always be fixed at the origin. So they are not translated. Basically the coordinate system is also fixed. So while drawing a vector or while doing any problem with linear algebra, you would have a fixed set of coordinate system, and after defining the coordinate system, you can use the representation of column vectors. So this was an introductory video on vectors. Now we are ready to dive into some more new concepts of vector. Thank you for watching, and please do let me know your views and doubts in comment section.